Read the disclaimer, be safe, don't do stupid stuff. In this video, I'll show you how to read the error codes along with doing a basic function test on a Frigidaire Affinity dryer. Inside the dryer, there is a very basic dryer tech datasheet. Simply remove these two screws from the top cover of the dryer, then slightly push back on that top panel and you should be able to get it off pretty easily. It should be located pretty close to the computer control board. Right now, the dryer is currently freaking out because it doesn't think the heating element works. To retrieve the error codes, simply press select and cancel at the same time for about 6 seconds until you hear a beep. After you hear the beep, turn the knob 2 clicks counterclockwise and the third from the top light should illuminate. Then press and hold select and cancel simultaneously for 6 seconds. Once you hear the 3 beeps, you're in field test mode and it will display the firmware revision, which on this one is R8. Rotate the cycle knob 2 turns counterclockwise and it will start to display the error codes. The first error code displayed is E5B. E5B is a heating fault. It gives you a few troubleshooting diagrams, and to see the next error code, you just simply hit Option. The next error code that this dryer has is E9E, which is a voltage issue. Press Option one more time for the next error code, and this is a E4A error code. This error code is probably here due to the no heat. We'll press and hold select and cancel simultaneously to exit out of viewing the error codes. The next test we'll perform is the function test. We will press and hold select and cancel for 6 seconds till we hear the beep. Once we hear the beep, we will rotate the selector knob counterclockwise 5 turns, then press Option Cancel simultaneously for 2 seconds. This will enter the test mode, the buzzer will sound 3 times, and all of the lights will flash simultaneously. Now we will rotate the selector knob clockwise, and there are 11 different segments. At position 0, all the LEDs will flash. Position 1, it'll display H and the temperature, and it will be on high heat drying. Position 2, it will be for the cool down. We'll let this run for a few minutes to cool down the heating element. Position number 3, we will test the internal moisture sensor. The drying and cool down light will simultaneously be illuminated. Depending how much moisture the internal sensor detects, it will display more dry or damp dry. The values on the display will also correlate to the amount of dampness it detects. I'll open up the dryer, hold down the door switch, then put a damp rag on that sensor to trick it into sensing something that's damp. Be extremely careful not to get your hands hit by those paddles as they turn. And I'm not exactly sure what the numbers correlate to when it senses dampness, but you can see that LED light is changing from more dry to damp dry. I wish they did a better job explaining in this tech sheet how exactly these numbers correlate to the wetness that it's seeing within that material. Next is turn number 4, and the only thing we do here is test all of the LEDs by pressing the button that's nearest to it. As soon as you press that button, all of the LEDs should light up. Turn number 5 is the cool down mode. It keeps the heat source off, and the cool down light status should be illuminated. This time it will also show you the temperature inside the drum as it's cooling down. One more click to turn 6 is the drying. The heat's on, and the cycle status light is on drying. And as you can see, the internal thermostat shows the temperature is rising. Turns 7 through 11 will flash all of the LEDs, but they don't do anything else. As soon as you turn past 11, it goes back to 0, which is going to be your heating mode. Once you're done testing and you want to exit this particular mode, just press select and cancel at the same time for 6 seconds, and it will exit the function test mode. Hopefully between checking the error codes and the function test, you're able to determine what is wrong and what parts need to be replaced. But for now, I'll just start it on a normal drying sequence. It's important to remember to put away that tech sheet so whoever works on this next has access to the same information. Reinstall the cover, then there's 2 screws that hold it on in the back. Hopefully you found this information useful and helpful when diagnosing your own machine.